Okay, and one of the examples that comes to mind is the Michael Jordan flu game. But you have to know who that person is before the flu game. Now, before the flu game, Michael Jordan, from his time at North Carolina University, was legendary for how intense he practiced. And it is known that, as his later coach said, he said, "You will play in the game how you practice." And so he was mirroring in his philosophy with the players what Jordan was doing. If you come to practice and you play at a high level, you'll play in the game at a high level. You'll maximize whatever skill that you have because you've been practicing. So when the game situation comes, it won't look any different. But we have a lot of people, and I've shared this with my daughter, is you seem to try to convince me that if you go through this drill halfway, when you get in the game, the speed of the game, the competition, the score, the lights, the camera, the action is going to make you all of a sudden play at a higher level. And I absolutely disagree. So I've been talking with her as far as going through your drills at as high level as you can in practice so that you are simulating the game. Now, so here it is with Michael, very intense in practice. So now he gets to the point where he's got the flu and he's going to play the game. So everyone's going, well, we don't really expect anything from Michael. Michael had an above average game. Michael's averaged 30 something points a game. He had 38 in that game. Okay. It's phenomenal based on the way that he was feeling, but it was pretty normal. He just said, hey, I'm going to come and I'm going to give it my best shot. And I think that had a lot to do with his level of practice. So because he was at such a high level of practicing, when he didn't feel his best, everything, his mental level took over. All right. Because there is a saying that says practice makes permanent. Okay. Now, the old school adage was practice makes perfect, but no, practice makes permanent. So if you are practicing at a very low level, you're going at half speed, you're going to make that a permanent part of your game so that when you go into a high level game, intensity, you're not going to be able to play at that level because you've been practicing at a low level. Does that make sense? Practice makes permanent. Practice doesn't make perfect. All right. Now, Will Durant, and this quote is attributed to Aristotle, but it was really by Will Durant, and I believe in a book called The History of Philosophy or something like that, the Book of Philosophy. And it is, we are what we repeatedly do. Therefore, excellence is not an act, but a habit. Now, I may not have it exactly, but that phrase is attributed to Will Durant. So again, practice makes permanent, which is we are what we repeatedly do. So if you are practicing at a high level, then your excellence is going to become a habit, and it's not just an act. Acts are temporary. All right. So let's connect that as well. You have these daily behaviors. Those daily behaviors become habits. Those habits become your character, and that character becomes who you are, which is your destiny. So if you are practicing at a high level, that high level has become a habit. That habit is going to become into your character of playing at a high level, which is going to be your destiny. All right. Now, going back to the agitation part of it, if you're agitated, that is like pain. And so that equals focus because you're focusing on the agitation, and you're also creating energy. So if you can take that same agitation and that pain, that discomfort, and turn that into focusing on the goal as opposed to agitation, you're focusing on an obstacle, you'd be amazed at what you can actually do with that. I don't even want to call it negative energy. It's just energy. Just redirect it to what you want to get accomplished, and you'll be amazed at what you can do. Now, I want to also make a connection with my grandmother when it comes to how to fight through a bad moment and avoid it becoming a bad day, becoming a bad week, becoming a bad month, and becoming a bad year. My grandmother passed in 2007 at the age of 91 from liver failure. Okay, she lived a full life. God bless her soul. Woman lived a full life. Had some funny quotes. You're talking about this half black, half Blackfoot Indian.